Hey, welcome back to the Spectre Creative Channel. I'm your host, Scott Toy Guru Nightlick, longtime toy fan, toy maker, and toy funner. It's all about having fun with toys, right? That's what this channel's about. Toys and fun and being inclusive. I like to include everyone, especially people who comment on the comment section. I'm a big believer in the internet and social media being a two-way process. And one of the comments I recently received from William Randall asked me about the Masters of the Universe Origins Eternian Palace Guards showing up at Big Lots. What's the deal with that? All right, well, the deal with that was terrible, terrible impersonation of Jerry Seinfeld impersonating himself on Saturday Night Live. Okay, talking about this toy here, the Eternian Guard from Origins, MOTU Origins, and the fact that it has shown up at Big Lots. So let's explain why this happens. Let me give a little background. So back in the day, I used to work for Mattel, and I ran a website called MattyCollector.com that sold action figures and product directly to adults. You had to be 18 plus to even use the website, so everything was adult collector, and we would show product off, and it would show up at your doorstep, hopefully without incident. Sometimes there would be incident. What can I say? It's not a perfect world. We really did try. All right. The point is that sometimes this product did show up at retail, product that was supposed to be exclusive to online and supposed to be exclusive to Mattel selling online. It didn't even go through a third party. And when it showed up at Walmart, or in this case, Big Lots, like this image here, well, the fans were looking at this and saying, well, wait a minute, that makes no sense. I have a subscription. This is online. What the what? Well, the reason that this showed up at retail and sort of violated the agreement with fans to be online distribution only is this was a case of sort of one hand not knowing what the other hand was doing. Mattel, like Hasbro, like Spin Master, like Jax, like Amazon are giant companies. There's lots of giant companies out there. And sometimes companies have, well, most of the time, multiple divisions. And while from my division, this product was still fresh, and it was good product, another division would look at it and say it's taking up space in a warehouse. And that was the clash, and unfortunately, some of the product that I was working on that was still fresh and good to sell to collectors was taking up too much space, and the liquidation group at the company would put it on a list to offer to liquidation retailers like Big Lots, and it would wind up at Big Lots toy aisle. So, as that background, let me just also add that Big Lots is a different type of retailer. I mean, they are obviously a retailer, but they're not the same type of retailer as a Walmart or a Target. Obviously, they're a large company and they have a corporate office and they offer a great dental plan, but what makes them different from a retailer is they fall into a group with other companies such as Ollie's or Five and Below, which are called the discount channel. Now, the discount channel is different from the normal way a wholesaler sells to a retailer who then sells to a consumer. That's the standard distribution. With a discount channel, it's a little bit more convoluted, but, well, the short version, to paraphrase Spaceballs, paraphrase? That's not a word. To paraphrase Spaceballs, is when a toy line fails, and it could be because the content doesn't do well, like the movie, or the Netflix show, or the network show, or whatever, Amazon Prime, whatever network it's on, it doesn't do well. I'm not picking on any one studio. But the point is that leaves product in warehouses that remains unsold. So when the content doesn't do well and the toy line that accompanies it doesn't sit around for too long, well, it has to be basically liquidated because it costs money to store this product, and this is why you see product that might otherwise be thought of as hot or for collectors showing up at these discount retailers. These retailers buy by the pallet, and they don't buy SKUs, they buy by the pallet and they buy on discount. All right, so back to the Palace Guards. So the Palace Guards started off as one of the most handsome action figures ever created. And while in classics this figure was fully articulated, it was recently redone in Masters of the Universe Origins as a figure that would look like it fit in with the original line from 1982. So Origins is a really cool line, fully articulated figures, but done in scale and style of the vintage line, as opposed to classics that was more of a kind of reimagined version as a highly articulated figure like Marvel Legends. So Origins puts this figure in a cool deluxe package, comes with lots of cool different things, swappable head, like Man-at-Arms head without the mustache like he was in the original toy, different armor, different weapons, etc., etc. Very, very cool. And one of the great things about a character like the Eternian Palace Guard, besides being based on a very handsome action figure, is these characters are army builders, meaning people may want to own more than one, like a stormtrooper, right? Where you want to build up an army of figures so you can have your troops, which is why this is a great opportunity to offer something like this to an online retailer who caters directly to the adult collector and ideally can sell lots and lots and lots of these because people want to buy more than one. Hence why this figure was an online exclusive. Now, when a company starts off in a garage, of course, the natural flow of things is it's going to become a giant super company. All companies that start in garages do this. Actually, no, that's not the rule at all. Most companies that start off in garages fail. But some companies do wind up becoming successful, Amazon being one of them. But the idea that any company that sells online can just be as big as Amazon in time, well, that's not even close to reality. And I did a video on this recently where I talked about how even if you took all of the online retailers that cater to adult collectors and put them together to form one super company, it's just not big enough to handle the minimum order quantity that product requires. It's why Walmart can have lots of exclusives. Target can have lots of exclusives. The MOQ, or minimum order quantity, is the amount a manufacturer has to order from a factory that makes the product in order to lock in a certain price. The lower the quota, if you go below the MOQ, that factory is going to charge a premium that then gets passed on to the consumer. So I explain all of this because I do have a lot of experience doing this. I've been in the toy industry, and I'm still in the toy industry. So while I don't have inside knowledge of what's happening at Mattel right now, my best guess, based on my experience, is that they were kind of drowning in product, in excess stock, that they had to order the MOQ. They counted on companies like Entertainment Earth and Big Bad Toy Store to order the MOQ, but unfortunately that didn't happen. It's one of those, best laid plans of mice and He-Men, where the idea made sense on paper. You have an army builder, you have channels catering to the direct collector. They should have, phenomenal power to be able to sell a huge amount of this product directly to the collectors. Well, unfortunately, that may not have worked, and Plan A is out the window. Plan B, to shoot it off into space and never see it again, doesn't work. So now we have to go with Plan C, which is selling it to a discount retailer. And I get it. There are a lot of adult collector fans who kind of don't want to hear this because we feel emotionally that as adult collectors, we are huge. But it kind of is like having a banana in your ear. I can say this over and over again, and whether or not people believe me, that's not the point. The point is this is a perfect example of the fact that adult collectors are a drop in the bucket. We are a small part of a small category of the overall toy industry, that being action figures. So the idea that all of these online retailers can form this super online shop and move product, well, if you believe that, you have to take that with a grain of salt, because that's just simply not the way it factually works. And, well, if you believe that, I have a bridge in Rivendell I can sell you. Any takers on that? All right. So that is why the Eternia Guards showed up at Big Lots, because online retailers probably could not handle the amount that was needed. I hope this explains it. Share this video, subscribe, comment below. I always comment back. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.